Hello everyone. If you're seeing this video on the day it was uploaded, I am presently attending my brother's funeral. You might be a little confused as to why this little anime homunculus is speaking right now, and it may seem a little jarring considering what's being discussed, but all I ask is that you show me a little grace in allowing me to express myself this way. Since, honestly, I have next to nothing else going on for me at this point. Sorry, I'm kind of riffing off a script that I wrote because I feel like I will go on too much of a tangent if I didn't write this down. So, on November 7th, 2025, I was let go from a job that I had been working at for about 4 years. I had been working through debts and making payments to support my brother and his girlfriend as we lived together in an apartment. Unfortunately, being fired meant that going from paycheck to paycheck was no longer an option. And though I continued struggling to find employment, I still have yet to find any. As a result, I was no longer able to afford rent or utilities or food. Despite this, my brother and his girlfriend persisted and kept us afloat even as I continued to fail to find a job. It was in December that I began to notice my brother cough. Now, winter in Texas can be a bit harsh. So at first I merely assumed that he had caught some kind of cold or something. But the cough persisted for weeks. By January, I began to suspect that he might have contracted something more serious. By this point, I had also finally secured 2 job interviews out of hundreds of applications. Hundreds. And during this time, I began making arrangements to move out of the apartment, as we had planned to go our separate ways when the lease expired in April. On January 30th, I had woken up later than I'd wanted to. But I was preparing for a promising job interview. But just minutes before the interview started, it was an girlfriend. She was panicking, and I was confused until she explained what happened. At that point, my brother had suddenly collapsed after they were going to see a doctor about his cough. By this point, he was in the emergency room. And even if I didn't do this interview, I had no way of getting to him. I have no car. They were the only people I know out there in Texas. We had been living on our own. And I didn't have money for an Uber or a taxi or anything like that. She told me she would keep me updated, and I opted to push through with the interview. I felt in my heart that I had to get this job. I had to find a way to get money to pay for whatever treatment my brother needed. Whatever he was going through, I needed to pay for it. So I kind of panicked. I was trying to keep up appearances because this was a really, really prestigious job. So I was trying to keep appearances to make myself as appealing for the position as possible. But we started a technical interview, which, was basically like, show me how good you are at solving this kind of problem for a job like this. And as I did that part of the interview, I kept glancing over at my phone because I was seeing that it was missing calls. And by the end, I could barely hold it together. I was hoping. I'm not even like a practicing religious person anymore, but I was praying. I was praying that things would be all right. I was praying that I'd done well enough to be accepted for the position, and as soon as the interview was over, I called back, and I was desperate. I wanted to hear my brother say that he was all right, that he just had, he just had like a really bad fever or something. But instead, my brother, the most important person in my life, died at the age of 34. He just turned 34 in December. His heart had stopped beating, and they couldn't get it to start again. He had passed away during my interview. And I didn't even get the job. And the worst part of it all is that I had gotten upset with him over something he did to me on Christmas. And because of that, we weren't talking. We had maybe shared 5 sentences between each other that entire past month because I was so hurt by him. And now I wish I could take it all back. He used to snore a lot. Really loudly. And some nights he would sleep in the living room. And I would hear him snore nonstop. And it was so grating. It would keep me up at night. And now I can't hear it anymore. I'll never be able to hear him snore again. And now I find myself here. I don't even know what to do with my life, let alone this channel. My brother, he was everything to me. Nearly everyone I'd come to know and stay in contact with until I was in college, basically, were people I met through him. My taste in movies, music, books, TV, whatever, everything, it was borrowed from him. he basically rubbed off on me because I was too scared to socialize or experience things on my own. My sense of humor is his. Everything that makes me laugh is because of what made him laugh. My desire to experience new things was because I wanted to experience it with them. I want to experience that with him, I mean. And now, all that's left is grief. I have. I don't know how to move forward. I don't. I feel that I don't want to move forward, you know? It's like when you run so much that your legs and arms and everything gives out. I feel that everywhere now. I don't want to get out of bed in the morning. And as mentioned before, I still don't have a job, in spite of my best efforts. How can I even bring myself to try anymore? That wound of losing him, it's so fresh. I've barely done anything to try to take care of it. If it weren't for the mercy and compassion shown to me by friends that I'd finally made on my own, I would be homeless by this point. But in spite of their best efforts, I find going out, staying in, eating, watching TV, reading, sleeping, playing video games, singing, doing anything finds me unwilling to really participate in the joy that I used to find in doing those things. And yet, I know that my brother wouldn't have wanted this for me. It was evident that even during my unemployment, my brother wanted me to continue streaming and uploading videos because he saw how happy it made me to do this. You know, he wouldn't want me standing out in the cold forever, inflicting myself with guilt over things that I couldn't even control. I do that all the time. Even though people tell me it was out of your control, you know, how is that supposed to comfort me? Being told that I couldn't do anything to stop it, I couldn't do anything to help him. How does that help? You know? But I'm hoping to get back into things. I want to start streaming and uploading videos again. And I want to start that by marathoning the games he and I grew up on. It's my hope that you guys will join me in remembering him by experiencing these games with me for the foreseeable future. Whether I do a subathon or anything like that, I'll let you guys know in a future upload. And admittedly, while it would be nice if you guys could send me money to help me crawl out of this hole that I've fallen face first into, what I really ask is that you guys support me by just showing up, hanging out, maybe even sharing the channel with people you know. We're going to be playing a wide variety of games, so maybe you'll see something that resonates with you too. I hope that if I gain enough traction from doing this, I can maybe do some extra activities to make videos on as thanks for your support. I've always wanted to help people have fun and relax. That was always the goal of making this channel. And I know now, more than ever, how much people go through every day that just need a space to rest, hang out, and enjoy themselves. I hope that by doing this and moving forward with my channel, that even just a little bit of my brother's memory can be preserved somewhere. That just, that little part of him that's part of me can live on a little longer. But anyway, if you made it this far to the end of the video, I'm sorry for rambling on. There are not enough times or ways I can thank you for merely listening to me. It's still hard on me to even speak about this, but I have nothing but gratitude for those of you who have shown me kindness. I don't really know what to say, but thank you. Thank you all. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Goodbye.